win on the road in the domestic championship this season. Well, it's a warm but rainy day, 22 degrees centigrade in Niigata, but the rain continues to form inside the aptly named Big Swan Stadium. Dani Poyatos is largely keeping faith with the core team that he sees has enough quality to keep them in the top flight. The pressure very much on the Spaniard's shoulder. Gamba Osaka, a club who have been used to success since the turn of the millennium. Well, there's 3 changes for Albirex Niigata from the 11 that started at Sagan Tosu last week. Soya Fujiwara returns at right back. Yuzuru Shimada comes in to partner the former Gamba Osaka midfielder Takahiro Ko in the centre, while the 3 attacking midfielders remain the same. It's Kaito Taniguchi who replaces Koji Suzuki at centre forward. Referee in charge of this one, Masuya Ueda, 40-year-old official. 2 captains, Yuto Origame there of Albirex Niigata. And there are your 2 VAR officials. Well, Dani Poyatos goes largely with the same team beaten by the champions last week. The goalkeeper and back 4 remain in place, with the only change coming in midfield, where Yuki Yamamoto gets the nod over the Brazilian Darwan. Tunisian international striker Issam Jebali scored in the 3-1 loss at Aarau Reds. That's Gamba Osaka's only goal in their last 4 games. He's the centre of a front 3, flanked by Juan Alano, the Brazilian, and Shu Kurata. So the first league meeting since October of 2017. Gamba Osaka came out on top in that one. It was the away side that won on both occasions in that 2017 campaign, when Albirex Niigata finished the season relegated. Little to choose in the 14 previous meetings. It's 5 wins each and 4 draws. Quick shot there of Ryotaro Ito, a key man for the home side. So it's Albirex Niigata against Gamba Osaka from the DENKA Big Swan Stadium. 2 sides in the bottom half of the table. The last season's J2 champions, 9 points clear of bottom of the table Gamba, who have picked up just the 7 points so far in this campaign, just the 1 win. Only 1 team to go down, remember, this season from the top flight, with the J1 division returning to 20 teams next season. But at the moment, Gamba cut very much adrift. A win here would move them within 1 point of Shonan Bellmare, the side above them in the table, but they would have played a game more. Early touch here for Shimada. It's all about consolidation for Albirex Niigata, delighted to be back in the top flight after half a decade playing in the 2nd tier. Saw off Yokohama FC by 4 points, but were 12 points clear of 3rd place Fagiano Okayama. So comfortably promoted, even if it was relatively tight in terms of winning the 2nd tier title. Forward by Handa. The ball's been given away here to Jebali, who squares it, and it's an opening goal for Gamba Osaka from Shu Kurata. Well, what a start for the bottom of the table side. Good work from Issam Jebali to force the mistake. And Shu Kurata on hand to give those travelling supporters something to celebrate. And let's face it, they haven't had too much to celebrate this season. But it's Kurata's first goal of the season. Oh, dreadful defending. And Jabali taking full advantage. Great industry from the Tunisian. And Kurata on hand to slot it in. Kojima, who's a good shot stopper, doing his utmost to try and keep it out, but the ball's squirming between his legs and into the net. And that is the most perfect of starts for Gamba Osaka. First of the season for Kurata. His 55th top flight goal. Fitzgerald's under pressure and Kurata almost dispossessed him. Goodness me, Fitzgerald and Chiba all over the place at the start of this game. Chiba called out for the opening goal, and now Michael Fitzgerald, the New Zealand international, very nearly caught in possession by Kurata. What a nervy start from the home team. There's Fujiwara. Now Fitzgerald's. Fujiwara. Back to Kojima. Really been able to kick on Albirex Niigata from that 2-1 win against Yokohama F. Marinos. Their only win in the last 8 in all competitions. Extraordinary and unexpected performance from them, really. Sato back to Higashiguchi. He knows his way around this stadium. The Gamba Osaka goalkeeper played 84 times for Albirex Niigata before joining Gamba in 2014. What a season to join Gamba that was. That was their first season back in the top flight, and they swept the board with all 3 domestic trophies. Here's Jabali. Nice start from the Tunisian, almost played it in towards Ishiga. Just get the impression that Gamba Osaka need a lift from somewhere, something to spark their season. I thought it might be the win against Kawasaki Frontale, a side who are having their own issues this season. Mito. One by Fitzgerald's. Now Ko. Origame looking for options in the centre. Ito buzzing around ahead of him. They haven't got him into the game yet. He's very much been their main man this season. Yotaro Ito with 7 goals. There's a touch by Ito, but too much on it for Taniguchi. And the yellow card out. Late and high from Yuzuru Shimada. First yellow card of the game. The experienced midfielder. Starting for the 10th time this season. Spent most of his career in the lower divisions, Shimada. This is just his 35th career top flight appearance. Rolled out by Kojima. And on by Chiba. Chiba again. Getting plenty of stick from the Gamba Osaka supporters, given his part played in the early opening goal for Gamba. Kazuko Chiba. Origame. Shimada. Ito. Loses possession though. It's Jabali. Right start from Gamba Osaka. Here's Fitzgerald. Either side coming into this on a particularly good run of form. This is the first of successive games against the bottom two for Albirex Niigata. Gamba today, and then they travel to Shonan Bellmare, the side second to bottom next weekend. Here's Alano. Measures it across, looking for Jabali, but too close to Yosuke Kojima. Fujiwara. Fitzgerald's. Chiba. Shimada. There's Fitzgerald in space. Handful of caps for New Zealand, the 34-year-olds. His second spell with Albirex Niigata after 3 years with Kawasaki Frontale. Fujiwara. Touch off by Taniguchi. Now Mito, played into the centre and driven at goal by Takagi. Saguchi getting in the way, made a bit of a meal of the save really. It was well struck by Takagi. Alano. Jabali from Yamamoto. Hand up. Kurokawa. Good ball in, Jabali just past the post. Really should have been two for Gamba. Good work from Keisuke Kurokawa, the left back. Danny Piatos will be delighted with the start that his side have made. Outside of the foot, instinctively went for the corner, Jabali. Probably feels he should have scored. Just a couple of goals for him so far this season. Took until the 6th round and a 4-1 loss at Shonan Bellmare to register his first goal in Japanese football after moving from Odense in Denmark, where he had a decent scoring record, 27 goals in 87 Danish Superliga games. Too much on that for Ito. Fukuoka gets it away. Chiba. A bit of settling down time now after his error that has led to the opening goal. Ito. Allowing that to run through to Fitzgerald. Now Mito. Plenty of craft in the forward line of Albirex Niigata. Ito in particular, but Takagi and Mito, the two outside him. It's been a real fight for the centre-forward spot between Taniguchi and Koji Suzuki, who's unavailable today. Here's Fitzgerald. Taniguchi with the opportunity to impressed today. They've only scored a goal each, the two players who have largely started at centre forward this season for Albirex Niigata. Gashiguchi towards Kurata, the goal scorer. Fitzgerald. Kojima. Voted as the second tier's best goalkeeper last season. Yosuke Kojima. Former Japanese under-21 international. Still only 26, so still perhaps harbouring hopes of a full call-up at some stage. Jabali. Strong play by the Tunisian, fending off the challenge of Chiba. He's given him a torrid time at the start of this game. Here's Lavi. To Lavi, the holding midfielder for Gamba Osaka. Israeli international, who moved to Japan from Maccabi Haifa for the start of this season after 9 years there. Handa. Well intercepted in towards Ishiga. Kurata on to Jabali. Couldn't get the shot away though. And then it's fired in and just off the outside of the post from Alano. Such a bright start this from Gamba Osaka. Started this game like a side full of confidence rather than a team that's won just one of their opening 14 and lying very much stricken at the bottom of the table. Bit of space now for Harigami, the left back who squares it into the centre, and it's a rather poor effort from Taniguchi. Slight concern for Gamba though, just how much space that Yuto Harigami had. Goals haven't been a particular problem for Gamba Osaka. There's only two clubs who have scored less in the division, but the concession of 30 has been the real problem. Only Yokohama FC, who have conceded 31, have let in more this season. It's a risky one. Gashiguchi just about judging that right. Frustrating start to the game for Yotaro Ito. Yamamoto. Chiba. Under pressure again, this time from Juan Alano. Made up for it that time though, Chiba. And Kojima coolly finds a teammate. By Harigame to Taniguchi. Jabali again putting Chiba under pressure, and Jabali has it. Still going, Jabali. Last-ditch challenge from Chiba. And once again, Albirex Niigata looking all over the place defensively, and Issam Jabali is causing them no end of problems. Just took that extra touch inside and allowed Kazuko Chiba to get back and make the challenge. Yeah, he's frustrated that Jabali didn't get the shot away, but he'll be delighted with the start that his team have made. Need to keep on the front foot though, so fragile is the confidence that you wonder how they'd react if Albirex Niigata were to level. Yamamoto with the short corner to Ishiga. Driven in ambitiously from distance from Levy. Cross swung in again, Jabali almost on the end of it. The header back across on Yota Sato, who was still forward, the centre-back. And Issam Jabali buzzing around again and a matter of inches away from getting a significant touch. Yamamoto, the captain, with the initial ball in. Good header back from Sato. The concern on the bench, particularly for Gamba Osaka, will be that if they don't take these early chances that are coming their way, whether or not they'll be punished by Albirex Niigata, especially the way the season is going. Good pressing again, this time from Ishiga. They're not giving Albirex Niigata a minute's peace on the ball. Back with Kojima. Gamba looking for their first away win of the season, remember, in the league. They're just their second overall in the division. Here's Fitzgerald. They have made a really bright start, not just the goal. They've created other chances too. Albirex Niigata haven't had a sniff at the moment, particularly Yotaro Ito. He's been the central figure at the moment, Issam Jabali. Kaisuke Kurokawa with the throw. They've certainly been knocked out of any comfort zone, Albirex Niigata, in the opening 20 minutes here. And the frantic start that Gamba have made to the game. Sato, he was all over Takagi. Lavi with the foot in. Juan Alano into Jabali. Touches it back again, and it was a poor finish from Yamamoto. Neat build-up again, though, by Gamba Osaka. Origami. Again, the Gamba players hunting down the Albirex Niigata players when they're in possession of the ball. Ito. Dispossessed, here's Alano. Yamamoto. Kurata. Kurokawa has gone flying outside him. Too much pace on the delivery, though, from Kaisuke Kurokawa. Full of energy down this left side, the 26-year-olds. Came through the ranks at Gamba Osaka, Kurokawa. His 66th top-flight appearance for the club. Oh, look at that, just 29% possession for Gamba Osaka. And yet they lead 1-0. It could easily be 2 or 3, the start they've made. Taniguchi. Chiba. Now Fitzgerald. Albirex Niigata just have to try and play their way through this opening spell of torrid pressure from Gamba Osaka in terms of their pressing for the ball, but it's a high-energy tactic from the away side. Here's Ko. Fujiwara. From Ko. bemused at the moment when they're in possession. Albirex Niigata, very few options ahead of the man on the ball. Takagi. Played through by Ito, and it was a horrible swipe in the end from Yuzuru Shimada. Ito, though, finally getting on the ball where he is able to create, buzzing around, trying to find space for himself. He's being pretty well marshalled at the moment, though, from Gamba. Shimada. Hander for the Albirex Niigata throw. Just showing one or two signs of beginning to ride out this early storm. Mito. Origame. Moves it back across. Touch off by Takagi. Gamba close ranks, and here's Jabali. Chiba giving the Tunisian forward a taste of his own medicine there, not allowing him to settle on the ball at all. But he has caught Jabali, who's still down. Ito. Now Ko. Origame. Mito just checked his run, though. He's still down, Jabali. Game going on around him. Got enough of the ball, Chiba. Took a fair chunk of Jabali as well. Football in his home country of Tunisia. He had a spell in Saudi Arabia as well. 4 spells in Sweden and then Denmark before his first taste of Japanese football. 3 appearances at the World Cup in Qatar for Tunisia. Jabali also featured in the Africa Cup of Nations in 2021. Fitzgerald's. Chiba. Ito. Foot in by Sato. Taniguchi. Fujiwara. Now Mito. Here's Ko. And by Fujiwara. Now Mito. Ito. Mito. And a deflection on that. Takes it behind. For an Albirex Niigata corner. And they are beginning to get control of this now, the home side. The pressing not quite as frantic from Gamba Osaka. It was pretty much impossible to keep that up for too long, the pace they were closing down at. Kazuo Matsuhashi, the coach of Albirex Niigata, will be hoping that this best spell of the game so far from the home team results in an equaliser. Ito's corner. Origame on to Taniguchi. Origame. Now Chiba. Takagi. Ito was in space, wants the ball the whole time. In such good form. Origame. Kurata almost won it back for Gamba. Lavi does. Belatedly, the whistle goes for the challenge on Kurata. Here's Lavi. Here's Jabali. There's plenty forward in white here. It's opened up for Alano. He's caught in two minds there. He sort of looked up to see if there was any options to the left before taking on the shot, and then it was too late before the block came. Fitzgerald swings it out to Origami. Now Chiba. He wasn't getting this sort of time in the opening 15 minutes or so. Yeah, the foul goes against Sato for the challenge on Mito. Talking to for Yota Sato, featuring for just the second time this season, the 24-year-old centre-back. Made 15 appearances on loan with Vegalta Sendai last season. Ito over this with Shimada. Approach the half-hour mark. Gamba Osaka, a rarity for them, leading by a goal to nil. Ito swings it in. Lavi with the header away. Milano completes the job. As far as Mito, though, plenty still forward in orange as the cross is delivered in. Kurata with the header away, now Handa. A rather panicked slice clearance, though, by the Gamba right back, and it's a throw for Albirex Niigata, and the pressure continues to grow from the home team. Ito. Away from Yamamoto initially. Shimada. And the free kick against Riku Handa. Jumped in rather rashly. And Takaji. Start to the game, Yoshiaka Takashi. Just his third start this season, his 7th appearance, 4 of them off the bench. Who spent time playing in Europe and the Netherlands, 33 appearances for Utrecht in a 3-year spell. Some more quality from Yotaro Ito. He's over this free kick for them. Albirex Niigata setting up their own wall in front of Gamba Osaka. Some more and more variations of that kind of thing from set pieces. Ito over the wall and forced a save from Higashiguchi. Block from the Gamba goalkeeper. taken short. And the header is a dipping one from Taniguchi. Needed the tip over the top from Higashiguchi. Space on the edge of the box here for Takagi. Range effort is blocked away. Minutes to the break. Albirex Niigata 0, Gamba Osaka 1. Such good shape to the effort from Ito, but Higashiguchi equal to it. You can see their dominance in terms of possession, and yet Gamba have created 9 chances, 7 attempts. A lot of them in that opening quarter of an hour where they easily could have raced into a 2 or 3 goal advantage, but it remains at 1. Lavi. Ito free kick. Albirex Niigata's 3rd on target. It's level with Gamba. Played by Fukuoka. Here's Handa. Mamoto sliding in. Here's Jabali. Kurokawa. Space now for Kurata. And towards Alano. Still going Alano. Well, you wonder why he didn't go for goal himself rather than trying to set up Kurata. It's a couple of times now that Juan Alano has been in a position to fire at goal and elected just to pass it on. Frustrate Danny Poyatos. He has scored a couple of goals this season, Ilana. Joined the club last year from Kashima Antlers. He scored 8 in 69. Chiba. Origame. Again. Here's Fitzgerald's. Utterly dominant now in terms of the ball. Albirex Niigata. High energy, high impact start that Gamba Osaka made. Certainly dipped now measurably. Shimada. Ito. Origame. Takagi with the ball across. Fukuoka was there to head it away for Gamba. There's more and more pressure now coming from the home side. Ito is getting on the ball more. Takagi and Mito. Here's Fitzgerald. He and Chiba are allowed now to carry the ball into the opposition half. And initially they were struggling to get it away from their own penalty area. That's how the first goal came about. Ito turning into trouble that time. One back by Ko. Ito trying to slide in. Just 1 or 2 calls for calm amongst the Gamba players. To lose again here, they would be 4 points adrift of Shonan Bellmare, having played a game more. Fujiwara. Jabali chasing back. Didn't get any of the ball, but did enough to put off Fujiwara. He wins it back again. Taniguchi beaten to that by Lavi. Now Alano. Caught at foot in though by Chiba. zipping around down there. No doubt by the weather conditions here. Here's Fukuoka. No chances taken, out for a throw. Well, they started the game looking as though they were going to run away with it, Gamba Osaka, but now they're clinging on a bit, at least until half-time. Here's Ko. And Gashiguchi, apart from the save from Ito's free kick, hasn't exactly been overly worked despite the home team's dominance of the ball. Kurokawa. Now Jabali. Still causing problems, Issam Jabali. Elano. There's a ball to nowhere, really, easily cut out by Shimada. Now there's a bit of space for Horigame. Handa did well, though, to chase back and close it down. Ko. Yeah, late challenge on Ko. Free kick for Albirex Niigata. Fujiwara. Now Mito. Fujiwara. Takagi. Takagi. Time to deliver, but it's a over-hit delivery. Handa with time to bring it down and clear it away for Gamba Osaka. Jean Milano seemed more concerned with a potential handball than getting possession of the ball. Gamba have it now, though. Here's Jabali. Masahashi will be really frustrated that Albirex Niigata have had all this possession but done little with it in terms of hurting Gamba in the final third. Fukuoka. Launched by Sato. Zalano. Fitzgerald, Jabali, read it well. And another potentially good opportunity goes begging for Gamba Osaka. Albirex Niigata play themselves into trouble at times, though. Put the defenders under pressure. They really aren't comfortable at all. Chiba and Fitzgerald, the Tunisians' presence. Yeah, that was late from Yamamoto on Ko. Fitzgerald. Here's Ito. Takagi. Fujiwara in support. Again, that final ball through this time by Ko was a poor one. It was cut out. Here's Jabali. Now Elano ahead of him. Handa's gone storming forward. Kurata is the furthest forwards. Milano frustrated at the lack of quality in the ball back to him by Handa. Horigame sliding in to clear. Here's Chiba. Great tempo to this first half. It's flown by, just 2.5 minutes remaining of the regulation 45. Gamba still leading by that second-minute goal from Shukurata after Jabali caught Kazuhiko Chiba in possession. Fujiwara wanted a foul, nothing given. Ishiga sweeps it into Jabali. Now Alano has Jabali ahead of him. Here is Jabali, squares it back to Alano, it's 2-0! And Gamba score again. This time, Juan Alano did take it on, he had to really, but it was lovely football. And despite all that Albirex Niigata possession, it is Gamba Osaka who rode out the wave of pressure and who have grabbed the next goal. A third of the season for Juan Alano. Picked up the ball here, the Brazilian. Exchange of passes with Jabali, who had options either side of him, really. Keisuke Kurokawa was completely free had he gone the other way. And Albirex Niigata caught short at the back again. And Issam Jabali has certainly played his part in this first half with 2 assists now, tucked neatly into the corner by Alano. And look at the reaction of the coach under pressure, Danny Poyatos. Albirex Niigata 0, Gamba Osaka 2. The side with just 7 points from their opening 14 games. Potentially here on course for their first away win of the season and just their second league win of the campaign. Here's Jabali. Alano looking to get through again. Kojima quickly off his line this time. This will be a massive win for them. Suddenly they can see Albirex Niigata on the horizon, who would only be 6 points ahead of them. Fitzgerald. Fujiwara. Just the one team relegated. There's never been a better season, really, to survive in a relegation fight. Origami. Ito with the dummy. That was an ambitious effort from Takashi. He's claiming there was a touch on it. Minutes to be added on at the end of what's been a frustrating first half for Albirex Niigata, who are facing a third straight defeat in all competitions, including the midweek loss here to Avispa Fukuoka. Very different atmosphere here to when they beat Yokohama F. Marinos in their last league game here, 2-1. Seeing off the champions, but losing to bottom of the table here. Ito's ball in. Now Mito. It's a better delivery, the header down. Fitzgerald was up there. No wonder he has a glum-looking face, Rikuzo Matsuhashi. Conceded early. They seemed to ride out that early storm where Gamba had 2 or 3 really good chances. Looked as though they were wrestling control of this match away from Gamba. And an equaliser looking more likely than anything else, but it's Gamba who have grabbed the next goal with that lovely counter and the finish of Alano. Third of the season to go with the goals he scored against Consadole Sapporo and Kawasaki Frontale. perhaps Gamba Osaka aren't dead and buried just yet. An almost perfect first half from them. A quick start which resulted in Kurata's goal on 2 minutes. Juan Alano then grabbing a second just a minute before half-time when Albirex Niigata seemed in full flow. At the side with just one league win so far this season, and without a win away from home so far in the campaign, helped by this man, Issam Jabali, who has created both goals. His work rate has been phenomenal in that lone striker's role up there for Gamba Osaka. It's been a terrific first half performance from the side, bottom of the table. Work to do then for Albirex in the second half. They trailed 2-0 at half-time. Well, welcome back to the DENKA Big Swan, where Albirex Niigata are trailing to Gamba Osaka by 2-0. And it looks as though there is going to be a half-time change for the home sides. That is Gustavo Neskau, who is coming on. He's replaced Taniguchi at centre forwards. And Taiki Watanabe as well is replacing Chiba, the centre-back who was culpable for the opening goal. And they had a very difficult first half up against Issam Jebali. And Yota Komi on for Ito, interestingly. So that's a really big call. Triple change then from Rikazo Matsuhashi at half-time. You just wonder if Ito has picked up a knock. I think that is a big call to take off the player who scored 7 goals in 14 appearances this season and is so creative, so key to everything really that Albirex Niigata produce in the attacking sense. But Gustavo Neskau is on. Joined the club from Botafogo in Brazil. This is just his 6th appearance. Gustavo has yet to score so far for the club. So big changes for the home side then. Gamba leading by 2-0, 45 minutes away from just their 2nd win of the season, their first away win in the league. They did win 3-1 at Kyoto Sanga in the League Cup this season, but they haven't won in the league since October last year. A 2-0 victory away at Yokohama F. Marinos towards the end of the campaign. So Albirex Niigata 0, Gamba Osaka 2, the second half underway. Albirex Niigata with a new look side for the second half. Gustavo Neskau, Taiki Watanabe, all coming on. Yota Komi as well. Big news, really. Ryotaro Ito has been replaced. That is a big call from the coach. Give the home side the kick up the backside they need. They're facing a 3rd straight defeat in all competitions. Swung into the box. Origame. Takagi. Still going Takagi, it's a good run. His effort blocked by Kurata. Certainly have a focal point to the attack now with Gustavo up there. Origame. Takagi wins the corner. Bright start to this second half. You certainly need that. Fitzgerald forward from the back. Swinging delivery, it's flicked on and in. And Albirex Niigata are back in the game. Fitzgerald with the little flicked header. And having conceded 2 minutes into the first half, they score one themselves 2 minutes into the second. inside, he'll be delighted. 3 changes at the break and a response within 2 minutes. Lovely guided header in. First of the season for Fitzgerald's. He scored just the once in the promotion campaign. And that is just his second top flight goal in what is his 109th appearance in J1. And now it really is game on again. Albirex Niigata 1, Gamba Osaka 2. This will be a real test now for Gamba to see how that fragile confidence holds up. Here's Alano. Trying to squeeze it through to Jabali. Fitzgerald was there though with the block. Here's Fukuoka. Now Alano. Kurata. Kurokawa outside him. Kurata into Jabali, who just couldn't stretch and get a toe to it. He's had everything in his game so far today, Jabali, except a goal. He's created both of Gamba's. 2 or 3 sights a goal himself, or just been a matter of inches away from getting something on target himself. It's Kurokawa. Kurata. Now Lavi. Handa. Well, the noise levels have gone up a bit inside this stadium, with Albi getting a goal back into the game. Here's Alano. Swings it across and hooked away by Fujiwara. Response from Gamba, of course, would be to restore the 2-goal advantage. Jabali. Alano. More harassing from the Gamba Osaka forwards. Certainly can't fault the work rate. One win in their last 10 away league games. Gamba Osaka. They remain hopeful with their first away win of this campaign. Jabali there, Alano in there, Fukuoka and Sato forwards. Ishiga will deliver. Straight to Kojima though. Disappointing ball in from Hideki Ishiga. Mito. Gustavo ahead of him. Mito goes alone, and Higashiguchi in the end with a comfortable gather. Ko. Takaji finding Fujiwara. Fitzgerald. Sweeping ball across to Komi. He's gone out to the left, and Takaji has moved into Ito's position. In the centre, just behind Gustavo Nescau. Watanabe. Played by Shimada. Takagi. Away from the challenge of Yamamoto. Now Mito. Fujiwara in support, the right back. Here he is. Skips on the outside of Kurata. He's played it into Mito. And Higashiguchi equal to it again. Two sights of goal in quick succession for Shunsuke Mito. Neither effort has overly troubled Masaki Higashiguchi, international goalkeeper, who was part of the Asian Cup squad that were runners-up in 2019. He's played at 2 Asian Cups. He was in the 2018 World Cup squad for Japan as well. Higashiguchi, 37 now. One of the survivors of that historic treble year in 2014 for Gamba. Origame, the ball in, Sato with the clearance away, Mito. Fujiwara. Watanabe. Origame. Watanabe. Well defended, Komi trying to force his way through. Wasn't the best ball back to the goalkeeper from Watanabe, but fortunately nowhere near the goal. Ko. Fujiwara. Origame laying it on first time for Komi. He didn't have much angle to work with there. Fukuoka did well to make life difficult for him. Yota Komi, 20 now, a former Japanese under-18 international. There's that chance for Mito. Did score in that 2-1 win here against Yokohama F. Marinos 2 weeks ago. Komi's header. Handa. Yamamoto helping it on to Lavi, who sprays it to Kurata. Now Kurokawa. Ishiga. Kurokawa continued the run forward and got there and scored! 3-1 for Gamba Osaka. And Albirex Niigata's defenders all on their heels. And they concede another. I don't think anybody expected Kurokawa to get on the end of that, but he did, and buried it into the corner. And the Albirex Niigata defence seemed to stand still. Has the ball here, Kurokawa. Ishiga flicks it over the top. And there's 3 Albirex Niigata defenders around him. They all waited for each other. And Keisuke Kurokawa said, well, thank you very much, I'll tuck it away then. 3-1. Good finish as well from Keisuke Kurokawa. Just his 3rd goal for the club, and his 1st of this season. The other 2 came in the last campaign. Goals against Nagoya Grampus and Sanfrecce Hiroshima both resulted in victory, so perhaps it's something of an omen that he scored here. And Ishiga may have laid that one on, but he makes way now for the Brazilian Darwan. Jabali. Albirex Niigata 1, Gamba Osaka 3. remember, who'd only scored 1 goal in their last 4 matches. Is Handa. Combination, though, of them being sharp in attack, but Albirex Niigata at times falling asleep defensively. It's the first time that Gamba Osaka have scored 3 away from home in the league since November 2021, a 3-2 victory at Oita Trinita. Jabali. Still half an hour to go yet, though. Time for Albirex Niigata to pull this one out of the fire, but also time for Gamba to improve on things. Fitzgerald. There's an air of panic now about Albirex Niigata and their desperation to get on with things. Perfect start to the second half, reducing the deficit after just 2 minutes. Through Fitzgerald's header. It took Gamba Osaka just 9 minutes to restore the 2-goal advantage. Fujiwara. Now Fitzgerald. Gustavo Nescau chasing that one. Kurokawa gets it away. Ko. Gamba Osaka were caught out by the sudden surge in form that Yokohama FC had enjoyed, picking up 3 wins in 4 games. They were the only side below them in the table, and then suddenly they continued in their poor form. Gamba found themselves cut adrift, but they've certainly kicked into life here. Here's Gustavo Nescau, though, turns away, and a good block from Shota Fukuoka. He's going to be an obvious threat from the set piece as well, Gustavo. 6th corner of the game for the home side, who trail 3-1 with half an hour to go. Kurata's header away. And as far as Mito. By Shimada. Now Mito! Oh, the goalkeeper's lost it! Now, did it cross the line? Well, the Albirex Niigata player suggesting it did. And then a bit of nonsense from Gustavo Nescau pulling over Higashiguchi, who, of course, is making the most of it. Well, it wasn't the best of strikes from Shunsuke Mito. Very, very nearly crept in. Got away with it, Higashiguchi. Only just. Now he has a free kick. 3rd time that Mito has struck for goal. The previous 2 should have been a routine piece of goalkeeping from Higashiguchi, but he made it anything but that. Referee losing his footing as well in the process. Look at that, so nearly spun in. He was mightily relieved to grab that at the 2nd attempt. Lavi. Lavi again. Plays it through towards Jabali. Now Lavi. It's Gashiguchi. By Kurokawa. Yamamoto. Lavi was looking for Handa, it was cut out by Komi. Touch back by Fukuoka. By Handa. Beginning to throw bodies forward now. Albirex Niigata to get themselves back into it. It's fallen kindly here for the shot. And Komi couldn't finish. Gashiguchi again is there to save. A glorious chance for one of the three half-time substitutes for Albirex Niigata. Remember, it was Gamba who came out on top in the last league meeting here, April 2017, by 3-2. Oh, look at that in the last quarter of an hour. 7 shots to Gamba's 1. But the one for Gamba is counted from Kurokawa. Where's the spin on the ball? It didn't go in. Technology, of course, is there these days, so there's no argument. When they met in 2017, it was Albirex Niigata who won 1-0 in Osaka. Gamba won here. It's continuing the theme between these two of the away side winning their recent encounters. And of course, the last one was 6 years ago. Here's Jabali. Good turn by the Tunisian. Yamamoto. Fitzgerald sliding in, and what a key challenge that was. Not seeing a great deal from Gamba Osaka on the attack, but when they do attack, they're really making it count. Despite having all the ball, all the possession, it is Albirex Niigata who looks stretched defensively when Gamba Osaka do counter. Just under 22,000 today's attendance. Watanabe. Gustavo spreads it out to Fujiwara. Shimada. Seen plenty of this from Albirex Niigata, but they haven't been able to hurt Gamba defensively on a regular enough basis. Could be a significant day in the season for Gamba Osaka. It's certainly been a performance to ignite a season for a side cut adrift at the bottom of the table, as Hiroki Akiyama prepares to come on. Fitzgerald's header back to Kojima. Lovely turn by Shunsuke Mito. One back by Neta Lavi, who's done a terrific job just shielding the Gamba Osaka back four. Handa. The work rate has been terrific for Gamba Osaka with and without the ball, but particularly without. Jabali. Good work again from the Tunisian. He's been outstanding. Yamamoto inside him. Here's Lavi. Fukuoka. Handa. Alano. Bit of miscommunication there between the Brazilian and the right back. Now they can make another change, the home team. Shimada being replaced by Akiyama. Fourth change for Albirex Niigata. Akimi are on for his 10th appearance of the season. His 51st for Albirex Niigata. Origame. Watanabe. Shinsuke Mito. Certainly had the most sights of the Gamba Osaka goal in the second half. Mito clipped in towards Gustavo Nescau. Sato with the header away. Ko. Mito. Touch off by Takashi. Komi. Puts it on one more to Horigame, and it's blocked behind by Riku Handa. Gamba are 20 minutes away. It's the seventh corner the home side have had, but they haven't really created too much trouble for Gamba defensively from their set pieces. Ito had that one free kick in the first half that was saved by Higashiguchi. Takaji with the corner for Albirex Niigata, who trailed 3-1. Good delivery into a dangerous area, but Higashiguchi just swiping that one away. Here's Horigame. Watanabe with the ball in, but cleared away by Fukuoka, who desperately tries to get the Gamba defensive line up the field. Wins the header again, Fukuoka. It's Fujiwara. Now Ko. Fujiwara with the cross in, and it's fallen kindly here for the shot, but it's just the wrong side of the post from Takaji. Well, they've certainly had their chances. Takaji just trying to get the bend on the ball, and it wasn't too far away. Higashiguchi was certainly concerned. And Gamba about to make their first changes. That was their opening goal from Kurata after just 2 minutes. And it looks as though he's one of those who is going to make way to be replaced by Takao. And Yamamoto replaced by Rihito Yamamoto. Jabali. Kurokawa. Jabali. Yamamoto, the substitute, with the little touch off. It's a foul by Gustavo Nescau. Has really failed to have the desired effect after coming on at half-time for Keito Taniguchi. Getting in a mess again defensively. Yamamoto looking to take advantage. Here's Fitzgerald. Takagi. Crossing towards Gustavo, but too close to Higashiguchi, who makes the comfortable catch. Over double the attempts on target from Albirex Niigata. Doesn't tell the full story, though. Most of them have resulted in fairly routine stops from Higashiguchi. Fujiwara. Possession has remained at a steady over 70% throughout this contest from Albirex Niigata, but it's Gamba who've certainly been the more efficient of the two. Takagi. It's a poor ball in though, and Fukuoka slams it away. Albirex Niigata facing a third home defeat of the season. Eighth home match since returning to the top flight. 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses so far. It's inconsistent, but enough to keep them in the top flight to consolidate for another campaign. Takagi over the free kick. To a good area again. It's a Gamba header though that clears it away. Mito. Fujiwara. Deep delivery. Fitzgerald is there to head it back across. Goal for Michael Fitzgerald seemed to start what looked like being a second-half comeback for Albirex Niigata. Gustavo Nescau. Horigome wanted too much time and Alano took it away, but Albirex won it back again. Soya Fujiwara. Akiyama. Akiyama went for the return, but well defended by Handa. Komi with the ball back again. The crossing, Gustavo Nescau had the header. Didn't get it anywhere near on target in the end, the Brazilian. Hiroki Akiyama, the substitute, with the delivery. And that is a free header. Got a glance on it at best. Gustavo Nescau. It's His first move away from Brazil for the 23-year-old. He's only started one game. This is his 6th appearance, the 5th from the bench. Scored his first goal for the club on Wednesday in the 2-1 loss here to Avispa Fukuoka in the YBC Louvain Cup. Fujiwara. Here's Ko. Now Watanabe. Origame. Origame again in towards Gustavo, but too high. And a foul on his countryman, Alano. Shake of the head. It's been frustrating individually and collectively for Albirex Niigata. He's got a very frustrated figure on the sidelines. Rikuzo Matsuhashi, the 54-year-old, won the J2 title in his first season in charge last season. It's his first managerial role. Handa. Lavi just managed to fend off the challenge of Komi. Fukuoka. Kurokawa. Ko. Beaten to that by Sato. Takagi. Fujiwara has continued the charge forwards. Origame. It's the right back there, popping up in the left wing positions, making his way across now to a more familiar side of the field. Here's Origame. Komi. The last 10 minutes, but if they could grab another one back, Albirex Niigata, then... Oh, it's a risky challenge by Handa. The referee was right there and said no. To say things could get interesting if Albirex Niigata could grab a second goal. Bang on cue, they're appealing for a penalty, but nothing doing. Is there a VAR check taking place here? The referee put his hand to his ear. It's Danilo Gomez getting ready to come on. The Brazilian, a new signing from Sao Paulo. Shinsuke Mito coming off. Ko. There was a check, nothing has come of it. Did seem to be in conversation, perhaps for the substitution. Cross into the box towards Gustavo. Origame. Watanabe. Cut out by Juan Alano. Gets the return. There's Jabali in support. Here's Darwan. Now Kurokawa. to Avispa Fukuoka next week. Side in the top half of the table, Gamba Osaka. And then in the midweek after that, the Emperor's Cup gets underway, the second round where they play lower division Kochi United. The major domestic knockout cup competition. For a home tie with FC Tokyo, and then the derby away to Cerezo on June the 18th in the League Cup, the final round of League Cup games. Busy time ahead for both clubs. What a boost this is for Gamba. Oh, it's another mistake. Hander in here. And Fitzgerald did enough. Not used to being in behind the opposition defence, Riku Hander. Origame covered well. Danilo Gomez cuts in and very nearly played a good ball through to Yoshiaka Takagi. Still looking to make an impression, Danilo Gomez. Just the one appearance for Sao Paulo before moving to Japan. Juan Alano being replaced by Yotaro Meshino. Lavi replaced too by Genta Mura. Meshino on, former under-23 international for Japan. Gentamura, 28-year-old centre-back who has come on to help shore things up for Gamba Osaka. 10 caps for Japan. Here's Ko. Rigame locked away by Takao. Akiyama. Now Rigame stands the cross arc. Gustavo winning the initial header. Sato hooking it away though for Gamba. Jabali still full of energy, still causing problems for Albirex Niigata's defenders. That's a free kick to Albirex Niigata in a useful position. Takagi, the player, fouled. Clumsy challenge from Shota Fukuoka. She will deliver. Probably a bit too far out to go directly for goal. Header back across. Gustavo, the intended target from Takahiro Ko. Fujiwara. To work their way through. Danilo Gomez off target. It's been lively enough since coming on. Really interesting to know why Yotaro Ito was taken off at half-time for Albirex Niigata. It was a big call. It hasn't paid off for Rikuzo Matsuhashi. Origame to Kojima. Just give it away by Fujiwara. Fitzgerald did well. Whistle had gone though for offside against Meshino. It's Origame with a bit of time and space. The frustrating thing for Matsuhashi is the way that his side started the second half, got the early goal, which is what he would have been hoping for, but then failed to build on it. And the way they conceded that, what seems like match-killing third goal, will really annoy him. 3 players around Kaisuke Kurokawa, the Gamba left back. And they all stood there and said, after you, and Kurokawa put it away expertly. Hooked away by Fujiwara. Gustavo. Header by Mura. Sato helped him get it away. Stabbed forward by Ko, but out of play for a throw for Albirex Niigata. 5 minutes to be added on. Danilo Gomez. Now Jabali. May not have his name on the score sheet, but he's certainly been the standout performer from a Gamba Osaka point of view. Takagi. Utterly dominated the ball, Albirex Niigata, from start to finish. It's about efficiency in the final third, and Gamba have had that today, and Albirex Niigata have been far from it. Origame. Darwan. Jabali turned into Origame. Akiyama. Now Jabali. Pretty much cutting a lone figure up front now for Gamba Osaka. Poyatos throughout this second half has replaced his attacking players with those more likely to shore up this scoreline. Here's Fukuoka. Sato. Fitzgerald intercepting again, finding Akiyama. Clock ticking towards a third straight defeat, though, for Albirex Niigata in all competitions, including the loss in midweek in the League Cup. And they'll be looking over their shoulders now. This victory would leave Gamba just 6 points behind them. Just as it looked as though they were getting cut away, this could prove to be a significant victory and bunch up that relegation fight again. The fight to remain, remember, outside of just the one relegation place this season. Fitzgerald. Danilo Gomez. Swings that cross in again towards Gustavo. Has been direct since coming on, Danilo Gomez. He's looked to deliver the ball as early as possible. But they just haven't been at it in the final third today, Albirex Niigata. When the chances have come, the finishing has been poor. Same can't be said of Gamba Osaka. Will look far from a side languishing at the bottom of the table with this performance today. Danilo Gomez. Yamato hooks it away. Anywhere will do. 2 minutes to go. Danilo Gomez again whipping that cross in early, but Gustavo nowhere near it. The facial expressions say it all. It's been that kind of day for Albirex Niigata. Gamba Osaka proving today it's not all about ball possession. Emphatic away victory. The result of less than 30% possession of the ball. What a boost this would be for a side really struggling, arriving here on the back of 6 straight defeats. Heading for their first away win of the season now. Hand up. Throw for Gamba. Origame clears up towards Gustavo. Takagi. Now Komi. Space here now for Fujiwara. Towards Gustavo, who got his head to it, just the top of his head, and Fukuoka got his head to it before Handa cleared. Here's Komi. Ambitious effort from there, and it wasn't too far away either. Had Higashiguchi scrambling across his goal. They're desperate for the final whistle on that Gamba bench. This would be a big, big win for them. Well, you can see what it means to them. It is a first away win of the season for Gamba Osaka. And the end of a shocking run of form that has seen them lose their last 6 games coming into this. They'd lost their last 6 on the road as well in the J-League. But just as though, when it looked as though they were going to be cut well adrift at the bottom of the table, they have caught up a bit with the bunch ahead of them. Fine performance by Issam Jebali. Didn't score, but set up the opening 2 goals for Gamba. Fitzgerald gave some hope to the home team with a goal back 2 minutes into the second half, until 9 minutes later Kurokawa added a much-needed third for Gamba, who you thought were going to buckle under the pressure. But it's finished here. Albirex Niigata 1, Gamba Osaka 3. Well, there's a very frustrated Ryotaro Ito, who was substituted at half-time. It'll be interesting to know what happened in that dressing room. He doesn't seem to have picked up any kind of injury, Albirex Niigata's main man. But they don't look a happy bunch after this. A 3rd straight defeat in all competitions for Albirex Niigata. And after a 600-kilometre journey, 1,200 there and back, of course, to Osaka, those Gamba Osaka fans have finally seen an away win this season. Their first victory on the road since October last year, when they won at Yokohama F. Marinos, and no wonder Issam Jebali is getting plenty of kudos from those on the bench and his teammates and coaching staff. Fabulous centre-forward performance from him. It was looking as though, even at this relatively early stage of the season, that Gamba Osaka were going to be the team heading into the 2nd tier, but maybe not. They've showed a degree of quality and organisation. Danny Poyatos will be desperately hoping that his side can build on this. Well, they're certainly delighted, and we'll be hoping to get a bit of reaction to this victory pitch side very shortly. Only time will tell, but you wonder just how significant this victory will be for Gamba Osaka. Certainly much needed for a side, remember, 3 years on from finishing runners-up in this league, who are in a 2nd straight relegation battle. Celebrations continue in the away end when they last visited here in 2017.
試合終了のホイッスルが鳴ってベンチで皆さんで喜んでいました。この勝ち点3どう感じていらっしゃいますか？
いや本当に選手スタッフ、そしてサポーターも、苦しんだんで本当にこの1勝っていうのは大きいものだと思います。今ちょうどガンバのサポーターの皆さんが喜んでいるところもご覧になりましたけれども、やっぱりこの1勝っていうのはこう大きなものですか？やはり。いやそうですね。本当にここまで勝てなかったのは久々ですし、本当に苦しい思いしてたんで、今日かけてよかったですけど、けどまだまだ自分たちの